One day a country fellow came to his rabbi. "Rabbi," he said, in the tongue-tied fashion of the unlettered in the presence of the learned, "for a long time I have been hearing of Talmud. It puzzles me not to know what Talmud is. Please teach me, what is Talmud?" "Talmud?" The rabbi smiled tolerantly, as one does to a child. "You'll never understand Talmud. You're a peasant." "Oh, Rabbi, you must teach me," the fellow insisted. "I've never asked you for a favor. This time I ask. Please teach me. What is Talmud?" "Very well," said the rabbi. "Listen carefully. If two burglars enter a house by way of the chimney and find themselves in the living room, one with a dirty face and one with a clean face, which one will wash?" The peasant thought a while and said, "Naturally, the one with the dirty face." "You see," said the rabbi, "I told you a farmer couldn't master Talmud. The one with the clean face looked at the one with the dirty face, and assuming his own face was also dirty, of course he washed it, while the one with the dirty face, observing the clean face of his colleague, naturally assumed his own was clean and did not wash it." Again the peasant reflected. Then, his face brightening, he said, "Thank you, Rabbi, thank you. Now I understand Talmud." "See," said the rabbi wearily, "it is just as I said. You are a peasant, and who but a peasant would think for a moment that when two burglars enter a house by way of the chimney, only one will have a dirty face?" Two wise men of Chelm lay sweating in the steam bath one day. To drive away the boredom of doing nothing, they began to discuss deep mathematical problems. The first one said, "If, for instance, it takes 4 hours to drive to Vinsk with one horse, wouldn't it be right to say that if I drove with 2 horses, it would only take me 2 hours?" "Correct as gold," answered the other sage, filled with admiration. "Now, why couldn't I drive to Dvinsk with 4 horses, so I'd get there in no time?" continued the mathematician. "Why trouble to go to Dvinsk at all?" exclaimed the other. "Just harness your 4 horses and stay right here." Once the Rabbi Elijah said to his friend, the preacher of Dubno, "Tell me, Jacob, how in the world do you happen to find the right parable to every subject?" The preacher of Dubno answered, "I will explain to you my parabolic method by means of a parable. Once there was a nobleman who entered his son in a military academy to learn the art of musketry. After 5 years the son learned all there was to be learned about shooting, and, in proof of his excellence, was awarded a diploma and a gold medal. Upon his way home after graduation, he halted at a village to rest his horses. In the courtyard he noticed on the wall of a stable a number of chalk circles, and right in the center of each was a bullet hole. The young nobleman regarded the circles with astonishment. Who in the world could have been the wonderful marksman whose aim was so unerringly true? In what military academy could he have studied, and what kind of medals had he received for his marksmanship? After considerable inquiry, he found the sharpshooter. To his amazement, it was a small Jewish boy, barefoot and in tatters. "Who taught you to shoot so well?" the young nobleman asked him. The boy explained, "First, I shoot at the wall. Then I take a piece of chalk and draw circles around the holes." "I do the same thing," concluded the preacher of Dubno with a smile. "I don't look for an appropriate parable to fit any particular subject, but, on the contrary, whenever I hear a good parable or a witty story, I store it in my mind. Sooner or later, I find for it the right subject for pointing a moral." After the smoke and thunder of the battle had died down at Austerlitz, Napoleon wished to reward a number of men of various nationalities who had fought like heroes that day. "Name your wish, and I will grant it to you, my gallant heroes," cried the emperor. "Restore Poland," cried a Pole. "It shall be done," answered the emperor. "I'm a farmer. Give me land," cried a poor Slovak. "Land it will be, my lad." "I want a brewery," said a German. "Give him a brewery," ordered Napoleon. Next it was the turn of a Jewish soldier. "Well, my lad, what shall it be?" asked the Emperor, encouraging him with a smile. "If you please, sire, I would like to have a nice schmaltz herring," murmured the Jew bashfully. "Ma foi!" exclaimed the Emperor, shrugging his shoulders. "Give this man a herring." When the Emperor had left, the other heroes gathered around the Jew. "What a fool you are!" they chided him. "Imagine, a man can choose whatever he wants, and all he asks for is a herring. Is that the way to treat an emperor?" "We'll see who's the fool," retorted the Jew. "You've asked for the independence of Poland, for a farm, for a brewery, things you'll never get from the emperor. But you see, I'm a realist. If I ask for a herring, maybe I'll get it."